And now, the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Sprite.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal on 2K Sports, and the NBA season is about to begin. And the pregame warm-ups wrapping up out there in Cleveland, where it'll be the Cavaliers against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, finally we get to stop talking about this team and actually get to see them in action. Feels like it's been a long offseason.
Coming to you live on 2K Sports, this is the NBA. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan alongside my broadcast partner, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. It's great to have you with us. The fans are making noise at Quicken Loans Arena here in Cleveland for their Cavaliers. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Ginobili and Leonard on the wings. Duncan out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Parker in at the point guard position. Now here's LeBron. Drills the three-pointer. James has got the opening basket of the game for the Cavs.
A good way to get things started here.
Steve, always nice to get the first points up on the board. At least I felt that way. What is insane about the Spurs and how successful they are as a franchise is that in their entire franchise history, they've only missed the playoffs 4 times. That is absolutely remarkable.
Parker drives in, somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Passes it to Wade. Back to LeBron. Fires the three. Another three for Cleveland.
And with the Spurs in the playoffs, you can't even begin to think about a postseason without the Spurs being involved. Only 4 absences since 1976. That's incredible.
Now here's Ginobili. Aldridge up on top. Fires, high post. Rebound, Love.
Really high-quality shot there. Just a little off with his release.
That miss right there will definitely leave him shaking his head.
Wade kicks to Thomas. Pulls up on the elbow, and the Cavaliers get another bucket right there. Of course, with the Spurs, the last time they missed the playoffs, they drafted perhaps one of the best power forwards of all time in Tim Duncan.
Well, you know, he's a part of why they haven't missed the playoffs since. But the organization has run really well from top to bottom, and they deserve nothing but the success they've had since their inception because of that.
Here's Wade following the score by Tony Parker. A three from LeBron and another three for Cleveland.
4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
For San Antonio, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Parker with it. Now Thomas defending. They get it back. A nice shot by Aldridge.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
Cleveland's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. LeBron against Leonard. Fires for 3. And again it's LeBron with the 3. James has got 12 in the game.
He has really put his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Leonard. Can't get it to go. And Cleveland will come the other way. James up top. He's covered by Leonard. James, the pass to Thomas. They get it back. Love kicks to Thomas. Over Parker. That's good from Thomas on the assist by Love.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Boy, the field goal percentage is fantastic. Exactly the kind of start they were hoping for.
So it's the Spurs now. It's a 10-point game. And Parker, here we go. And he was fouled on the way out. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, you talk about the elite point guards in the NBA. A lot of times Tony Parker's name gets overlooked. Something about playing in San Antonio seems to keep you off the radar. But make no mistake, Parker is a true star and, most importantly, a proven winner.
Now here's James. He's got 12. Here's Wade. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Well, the way Wade played early on his career, guys, how aggressively he attacked the rim and sacrificed his body, you knew that kind of play style would not last. And so, Steve, it looks like maybe he's adjusted a bit.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Kevin. He's become more cerebral. He's also, you know, in terms of attacking the rim, doesn't happen as frequently, but he picks his spots. You can always depend on him to put the pass right on the money.
Thomas against Parker. Thomas kicks to Thompson. LeBron drives in. Leonard with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Ginobili with the ball. Guarded now by Kevin Love, and they'll keep possession. Wade against Parker. Here's Thomas, rejected by Ginobili. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go, all the way. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense. And with Wade still getting to the hoop, you know, a lot of it, as you said, comes from his ability to keep defenders guessing with that really remarkable pump fake. I don't know if I've seen a player, certainly in the last 20 years, master the pump fake the way Dwayne Wade has. It's hard not to go for it.
Nice shot by James. Spurs trail by 6. Kicks to Duncan. Leonard on the wing. Feeds to Parker. And he uses the glass on the layup. Parker's got 8 points.
And Wade really has one of the best pump fakes in the game right now. Perhaps one of the best in league history. Defenders keep biting on it, even knowing how he likes to get in the lane.
And that one's good. And it's 7 points for Isaiah Thomas.
The D has gotten a little lax defending a three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They've poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
Aldridge, no luck.
I thought he'd make that one. And that's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
Thomas gets a wide open look. And another 3 for Cleveland.
These teams don't look like they belong on the same court today.
It's pretty ridiculous to have a double-digit lead this early.
Parker double-teamed. Into Tim Duncan. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time through that.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
And glide. And glide. You got to glide in and reverse it home. So sweet.
And here is Parker after LeBron James hitting the 3. Here's Aldridge, and the layup's good off the glass. Aldridge has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
And it's James missing.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. I mean, he'll knock that down more often than not.
Guys, they didn't waste that fast break opportunity. Good aggressive pass to get his teammate to the rim. I love it.
Here's Thomas. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. James, no good. And again, San Antonio running the court in transition, and that one's good. Now just a 5-point Cleveland lead.
Their offense just looks so smooth here when they get out into the open court.
And in order to erase the deficit, they should be keeping the pace brisk. That's how they've been getting quality shots.
It's 12 straight points coming off 3-pointers. I mean, somebody do something defensively.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, who's going to step up? They're rolling out there now, so you got to get in their chest, make them uncomfortable, and try to deny those looks.
And Thompson sends it back. They retain possession. The Cavaliers leading by 8. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. And Doris Burke caught up with Coach Greg Popovich. Doris?
I asked him if there was an X factor in this game, a player they couldn't forget about, and he said it would have to be Tristan Thompson, the power forward out of Texas. He said Thompson is still developing from a skill standpoint, but his motor is really off the charts. You always have to find him and get a body on him when the shot goes up, because the guy never takes a play off. Guys, they've been forewarned. We'll see if they take it to heart.
And thank you for that, Doris.
Tony Parker, I don't think there's any question the best player ever to come out of France. In fact, back in the summer of 2013, he led France to the Euro Cup championship in Slovenia. Just a terrific performance there for Parker.
Ginobili kicks to Parker. And the layup falls. Parker's got 11 points.
He's really stepped it up this quarter. Looks like he's determined to get them out of this hole all by himself.
Wade, plenty of room around him, and it's good. And the Cavaliers lead by 7.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominating.
Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
You know, for Dwayne Wade, he's an athlete who's grown accustomed to having his personal life and his public life intersect. But he's found a way to turn that into a positive, selling the rights to a sitcom based on his experiences as a player and a parent.
Rudy Gay's checked in for the Spurs. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide open look.
And Thomas, here we go. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. And 12 points for Isaiah Thomas.
He's created some good opportunities for himself and made the most of them.
And Wade, generous, sharing his experiences for sure. Steve, he even released a training app for smartphones last season.
You know, I used it, Kevin. I ended up dominating my old man league in San Diego, so I'm really grateful to Dwayne for his generosity.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. Wade's got 7.
This defense is giving their shooters free rein to operate from beyond the arc.
That's right. I think it's time for them to start closing down. You've got to run shooters off that three-point line.
Now here's Parker. 11 points in the game. Here's Aldridge. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
They've been outstanding here in the first quarter. Great spacing, excellent passing, and the three-point shooting has been unbelievable.
Parker kicks to Duncan. He feeds it to Aldridge. Aldridge left side. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. To the paint. The drive by Wade. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
It has taken them no time to build this lead up on the strength of a great first quarter offensively.
And they need to continue to put pressure on the defense and try to really run away with this one from here.
And so it's San Antonio with it. The Cavaliers making the shot. Hey, Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's LeBron. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got 4 assists in the game.
Defensively, this team is just giving up way too many open looks.
You're exactly right. And to battle back, they've got to shore that defense up, Steve.
Count that one.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
1:12 left in the first. Thompson right side from the low block. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Thompson's got his first points of the game. Spurs trail by 15. It's Parker with the drive. Second shot opportunity, and the rejection by Love.
They've been getting out-muscled on the boards before coming up with that one.
Not playing tough enough. The physicality just hasn't been there yet.
Well, here we go again. An open path to the hoop, an easy 2 points. Where is the defense?
Here's Parker following the basket by LeBron James. That's good.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Parker against Thomas. There's the triple. And another three for Cleveland.
They are making some noise from downtown, guys.
And they've got themselves a very nice lead to show for it.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Gay dishes to Parker. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
The Spurs shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game. And Tony Parker drops them both.
Oh my God, I just got that.
The Cavaliers leading by 16. Here is Thomas. 15 points in the game. For 3. Phenomenal buzzer!
Love seeing nothing but zeros on the clock. That ball tickles the swan.
Oh, man, a clutch shot.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Cavaliers lead by 19. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Cavaliers.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And they're getting out in transition, too, finding some easy points on the fast break.
The 2 stars, LeBron and Love at the 3 and the 4. D-Wade out there with Thomas. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Here's Thomas, following the bucket by the Spurs. A 3 ball, and another 3 for Cleveland.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Mark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense. Cleveland didn't quite meet their expectations last year, in part by how poor they shot at home. Hard to get wins when everything you put up seems to rim out.
And so here's Cleveland after the basket by San Antonio. From past the arc, cut the bucket. Thomas got 24 points.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
And stolen by Thomas. It's tipped. The drive by...
Get it!
Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
Oh, man, that was a circus dunk.
Parker against Thomas. Outside, Green. And it's blocked by Love. To the inside. And finished off by LeBron.
This is getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this run going much longer.
I tell you what, Steve, it's already lasted longer than I thought possible.
Here is Splitter. Parker passes to Splitter. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And it's good.
Drop that one in as... soft as a feather using the finger roll.
The Cavaliers leading by 23. LeBron is doubled. Looks for Thomas, gets it to him. Now the pass to Wade. Rebound San Antonio.
I like his tenacity getting to the basket there, even though the dunk rattled out. 99 times out of 100, you'll get the dunk or the foul.
That's good from Thomas on the assist by James. James has got his 4th assist in this one. San Antonio calls timeout.
Well, last year LeBron mentioned that he was jealous of Durant's shot totals. Just an offhanded remark by him, but it did open up some speculation by what he meant.
getting nauseous. Right as so analyze with caution when the light hit the ice, bet 100 that you. Should I mention the fact that transition is the track going into the vision just to get.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Varejao comes in for Tristan Thompson. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Thomas. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Mills, who's checked in for Tony Parker. And you know that remark by LeBron, people weren't sure if that was a backhanded jab at KD or if he was just pointing out how he is able to score without having to be a bulk shooter.
Well, one thing is for sure, I'm not exactly sure of what his comments, how you should interpret them, but LeBron was very aware of what Durant was doing last year, and he even admitted to having KD's stats sent to his phone after every game, so he was keeping track of it.
Oh, look out! It's not possible what we just said. Is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner.
It's possible. Not probable. It is possible. I don't know what all that meant, but you're right, Clark.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Hi, Kevin. Well, as you know, Isaiah Thomas has had to work his whole life. He's been overlooked at nearly every level, but just uses it to fuel his play. As Thomas said, I just play my... heart out. That's how I've known how to play since day one. I've always been the smallest guy on the court every time I've been on it. It's no different. I just like to play hard. Guys, back to you.
Not the biggest guy, but boy, he is quick, Doris. I think that's one of his advantages. And the shot is good. LeBron's got 10 points in the quarter.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anderson Varejao. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Shot from 12. Here's Diaw. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Well, the score has a lot to do with that, Clark. Just based on that, you'd think the rebounding gap would be huge.
And here's Love for 3. Count the bucket. Love's got 6.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
And Mills kicks to Diaw. Gay outside to end the run. And it's rebounded by Anderson Varejao.
You can see it in his eyes. It became mano-mano. He wanted to return the favor with that 3, but just didn't get it to go.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Well, it's funny. Back when LeBron joined the Heat, some critics said he'd given up the chance to be the franchise player and carry his team. But guess what? No matter who LeBron plays with, he's always the franchise player. That's how good he is.
Now here's Love. 6 points for him. The drive by LeBron. And he goes in for the dunk.
Well, they play terrific basketball at both ends, and that's why this lead is totally out of control.
Really been an almost flawless game for him, Steve. No doubt about it.
Here's Mills. Dishes it to Green. Diaw, the screen. Nobody near Gay. San Antonio again missing. In transition, here come the Cavaliers.
They've done a lot of good work with the ball. Really moving both the ball and moving bodies, getting quality chances at the hoop.
And they're not wasting chances when they get them. I mean, they're hitting their shots.
Now, here's Green. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that finish.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home, right? Why not?
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Gay. He takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Gay's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Here's Mills. Diao dishes to Gay. On target from 13 feet. Gay's got 6.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Here's LeBron. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
He is just eating this team alive with his offense. It's been a matchup nightmare.
The Spurs shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Mills passes to Splitter. That's good. 8 points for him.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Now here's James. He has 45 points. From deep, another 3 for Cleveland.
And he does it again. What can you say? The defense continues to allow him to get open out there. They've got to know that he can knock them. That shot, put somebody on him.
Green kicks to Diao, and that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. And you talk about huge single-game scoring performances like we're watching here tonight. Going back, only one player, think of this, only one player in NBA history to go triple digits. And that's the Big Dipper, Wilt Chamberlain, on March 2nd, 1962.
Yeah, 100 points. I mean, one of those records that stood a long time, and perhaps no player has so single-handedly dominated the game the way Wilt did.
And so he makes both from the line.
Oh my God, I just got
Boris Diaw, pretty unique player in the NBA. Came into the league as a passing point forward, but became a small forward and then really a 4. But he's a crafty passer, and he can score a little bit from the outside. Very difficult player to guard.
The Spurs shooting 47% in the second quarter. And here's Mills for 3. The shot no good. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Wade gets the bucket. And you look at Diao playing the 4. Some have criticized his conditioning, but he has the size to hold his ground. That's for sure on the low block.
Yeah, you can't move him out of there. He's a good post defender because he's strong and smart. Not as good moving in space, though. Lacks a little lateral quickness. And he's a below-average rebounder, so it's good to pair him with somebody that does glass eating.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Gay with no one around. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. And it's 9 points for Rudy Gay. And for the Cavaliers, they're shooting an absolutely astounding 80% from the field. Everything is falling. And here's the fast break. And it's Manu Ginobili with the finish.
Boy, the kind of moment you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
Here's Mills. He's covered by... Rose. Splitter dishes to Diao and stolen by Love. The 3. And that one's good. Love's got 12 in the game.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
Yeah, that's twice in a row now where they've done exactly the opposite and backed off.
Ginobili can't hit. Cleveland with the ball. Here's Rose. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
They are trying to pull away here, continuing to add to this lead.
Well, Steve, no time is a good time to let up in my mind. I mean, you got to continue to just play the game no matter what the score is. No mercy being shown out there, and they're looking to pull away. I like that. Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals fast.
fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Yeah, they've done a great job causing havoc and then taking advantage in transition offensively.
And the basket by Ginobili.
Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
And here we go with Derrick Rose. And it's Wade penetrating. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. 18 points for Wade.
That's really set them apart today, guys. That success from the mid-range.
Well, these are two teams that clearly you've seen the difference in offensive philosophies here.
Diaw, the pass to Ginobili, and he gets it to go. Ginobili's got 8 here in the quarter.
Tell you what, since the end of the first quarter, he has really come alive.
And the dunk by Rose.
Oh, this is getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this run going much longer.
I tell you what, Steve, it's already lasted longer than I thought possible.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Gay. Rebounded by Korver.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
Wade kicks to Love. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
Pass to Splitter. Gay with no one around. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
What a quarter for him at the offensive end. He's ignored the scoreboard and continued to go out there and do his thing.
They get the rebound. Kevin Love again. Love's got 16.
Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Ginobili, that's good.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Wade drives in, and he gets it to go. Wade's got 20. San Antonio's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And the basket by Diaw.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Diaw's gone 2 of 3 from the field. Smith dishes to Rose. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist. And that's now 9. Here's Rose. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Pretty shot without a second to spare.
That can be so demoralizing for the team that gives up a shot like that to close out a quarter.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Cleveland ahead, running away with this one. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I have Derrick Rose, and Derrick, you guys were scoring pretty nicely as a unit here tonight. How do you facilitate that?
Just be more efficient. I'm taking less shots, making sure that I make my shots and take my time on the offensive end and get people involved in the game.
Thank you, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, Doris, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break. We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
Yeah, the magic touch with the ball. He just made great decisions, piling up the assists there in the first half. Really doing a nice job for his teammates.
You know, it isn't a very common occurrence, Steve. Typically, he's more likely to be on the receiving end of the pass, but so far, it's been the other way around here.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for San Antonio, in the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Duncan in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Spurs coach Greg Popovich is so highly respected by his peers. Thunder coach Scott Brooks said there are 3 things you can count on: death, taxes, and Pop winning 50 games. Dallas coach Rick Carlisle called him, quote, the best coach in any sport ever and the smartest man in the history of the world. Kevin, he wasn't joking.
High praise indeed. Thank you, Doris. Here, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul. It'll go to the line. Tim Duncan picks one up.
Derrick Rose has always had an effective floater. It's a must-have shot for any point guard. He said he developed it on the playgrounds of Southside Chicago. You didn't call fouls, so you just had to find a way to get your shot off before the contact.
Now here's Parker. 13 points in the game. Second chance shot, and Duncan finishes inside. Duncan's got 10 points.
Did you see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket?
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
Rose attacking over Leonard, and there's Rose on the assist by Verajak. 18 points for Derrick Rose.
And they've made 3 of their first 4 shots here to start this half.
Parker up top. Kicks it out to Leonard. Pass to Aldridge. And the rejection by Smith. But he stays with it. Just 5 to shoot. Nobody near Parker. And Duncan throws it down.
Showing us a little force on that putback, Kev.
Well, there was no way he was going to let that chance slip away.
No, sir.
You got to love his positioning. As the shot went up, he anticipated that play.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
Parker drives in. Leonard the pass to Aldridge. Thompson with the block.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Derrick Rose again from deep. Rose has got 13 points in the second half. And San Antonio shooting straight 49% from the field. Offensive rebound, Aldridge. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
You know, when the size advantage is that pronounced, I mean, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
Out to Smith. Parker against Rose. Baseline jumper. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Rose has got 26. The feed to Aldridge. Here's Ginobili, and it's good on the assist by Parker. 14 points for Manu Ginobili.
You gotta love the low post offense. That was beautiful.
Tries from 10. Derrick Rose again.
Boy, they look helpless defensively.
And San Antonio shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. Parker against Rose. Here's Duncan. Over Thompson. Duncan misses.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And, you know, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
Tristan Thompson, really nice hustle player and defender. Chance to be a duck overall. I think expectations were probably a little too high for him, but he's turned into... a very solid NBA player.
Dwayne Wade's checked in for Kyle Korver.
And Thompson, with really good length and athleticism, I still think he's developing his footwork and craftiness inside as far as understanding how to create angles to get his shot off. But he's young, and there's plenty of time, and he's shown plenty of promise. Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
James checked in for Cleveland. Aldridge kicks to Duncan. Back to Aldridge. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Aldridge has got 14. And Thompson made progress on his mid-range jump shot in year 2. Then last season, Steve, he switched his shooting hand entirely.
And, you know, pretty impressive results for year 1 of the experiment. I mean, that's where you never know. He could become a much better shooter over time with that right hand. We'll see.
Now Cleveland moving it up. Wade with the ball. He dishes it to Thompson. Smith kicks to Wade. Poke loose. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Parker leading the charge. Inside runner. That misses off the backboard. Cleveland's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. And James throws it down hard.
How about that? Snuck in off the baseline and then the sensational reverse jam.
How pretty was that? You're right. Athletic basketball. Clark with a little bit of flair mixed in.
I like that flavor.
Flavor.
Me too.
Flavor and flair. I like that.
Here's Parker following the score by Cleveland. Outside Leonard. Spurs working the ball around now. Ginobili. That's good.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
For Cleveland, they've gone 9 of 10 on their attempts in the third quarter. That is 90% from the field. What a roll they're on.
They're going to have to tighten up defensively, guys, because they're really giving up way too many open looks.
Here's Parker following the basket by LeBron James. Duncan with the screen for Parker. Parker, right side, gets an open look and hits. Parker's got 15.
Yeah, he's only 1 for 5 from the field this quarter. Not in rhythm at all.
And here's James outside. And another 3 for Cleveland.
Boy, they've come out of halftime just smoking hot from behind the arc.
Hey, trust me on this one, partner. They are going to continue to let them fly.
And Aldridge, the basket on the assist by Parker. 16 points for Aldridge.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
And he continues to shoot well after that blazing first half.
Now here's Parker. 15 points in the game. And Thompson sends it back. The drive by LeBron. Duncan with some nice D.
Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively.
They're making this a runaway.
Now, the only question now is how big will this lead eventually become? I mean, this is a blowout.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Daniel Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Parker, outside Leonard. This one for 3, and it's Leonard again missing.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
The drive by James. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw one.
Oh, man, that was just amazing.
Here's San Antonio now. The dish to Duncan. From 12 feet out. Here's Aldridge. Makes it off the glass. Aldridge has got 10 points now just in this quarter. They are enjoying, Steve, a commanding lead.
Well, and it gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest, which is so critical during this grueling NBA season. And his stroke has been dead on, inside, outside, wherever. The shot's just falling for him.
Well, the Cavaliers largely underachieved last season. A big part of that was constantly dealing with distractions the entire season, it seemed.
Yeah, it certainly appeared that way. It was always something with players fighting in-house or items getting leaked to the media and causing things to get stirred up. It's very hard when those distractions are certain players for you to be effective.
Looks a big high bounce and goes in. Aldridge has got 12 points here in the second half.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Wade dishes to LeBron. Lets it go from deep. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Duncan's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. LaMarcus Aldridge again. Aldridge has got 22.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
LeBron James on the wing. Aldridge is covering. And again, it's LeBron with the three.
Wow. What can you say?
The Spurs shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
On defense, the Cavaliers. Duncan kicks to Parker. Leonard on the wing. Looking for Aldridge. He gets it there. Really left alone that time. 24 points for him.
Another good pass, and their offensive execution has been impressive, to say the least.
The last 4 field goals have been assisted. Yeah, passing has kept the defense off balance, but to get assists, you got to make the shots.
Parker. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Danny Green, a nice find by the Spurs as a 3 and D role player. And the Spurs always seem to find those kind of guys. The mid-second round pick was Green. He got waived by the Cavs, spent some time playing abroad. Now he holds the record for three-pointers made in the finals.
Now here's James. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. So it's the Cavaliers now. James, left side, shoots from the corner. That's good. And for Danny Green, guys, a quality defender at either wing position. And, you know, Steve, as you like to say, a floor spacer offensively.
That's right. Two-way guys, Kevin. Two-way players. That's what the playoffs are all about. You think about the success Green has had the last couple of seasons, defending star players at one end, knocking down big threes at the other. Wow, what a player he's become. It's a good thing he showed up today, because without him, this team would be in big trouble.
A minute 42 left in the third quarter. Goes back up. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist.
Very clever passing. That was just beautifully done.
Here's James. From deep. And it's good.
He's gotten a bunch of good looks and has been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, you got to get some bodies out there defensively, though. I mean, things are way too easy out beyond the three-point arc.
And here is Parker after LeBron James hitting the three. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
Now, we've seen them make that extra effort rotating from the weak side, closing out on their airspace, really sending shots back.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
No good on the three. San Antonio's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. And the wide-open shot from Green misses the three.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, because you know if you continue to give up open looks like that, you're in big trouble.
It's basically been all him. I mean, he scored most of the points himself.
Here's Parker following the basket by LeBron James. Leonard with no one around. San Antonio again missing. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. Lets it go from deep. And the shot is good.
Well, it's been all about pace and space with them. Tempo, the fast break points, just a huge advantage.
Yeah, they've been looking to push it all the time and to get that early offense, and they're doing it well.
Now here's Parker. 17 points in the game. That is good.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
James with it. Puts it up from 17. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
What a big bonus for them to end the quarter as he beats the buzzer.
Talk about maximizing every last possession you've got. Right there, it was done.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a... And here are the Cavaliers now. The two stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. Thomas is out there with Dwayne Wade. And it's Thompson in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Mills passes to Joseph. He kicks it to Splitter. Soft touch off the glass. Splitter's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Spurs. The drive by LeBron. Wade outside. The 11-footer. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Wade's got 22.
Wow, such a steady hand. He's the one responsible for getting them this late lead.
Can't argue with that at all, Steve. His shooting percentage has been off the charts.
They get it again. Here's Splitter. And he banks in the layup. Splitter's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They've gotten some good second chances here in the second half, and that kind of extra effort will go a long way into cutting into this deficit.
Now, here's Thomas. And Splitter pulls it down. Splitter's got 5 rebounds tonight. Stop.
Their perfect feed.
Here's LeBron. Thomas, it's a wide open look. And another 3 for Cleveland.
Another baby bottom smooth stroke there. That's perfect form he's showing at the three-point line.
There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That is his first foul of the game.
For a long time now, the Western Conference has been the deeper conference as the top 5 or 6 teams legitimate title hopes. But last year for the East, it was especially down. It was really viewed as a 2-team conference.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. James outside. Passes to Love. To the middle. Wade dishes to Thomas. Fires for 3. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Well, as long as the threes keep dropping for him, he'll continue firing away.
And they are dropping for him. What a game he's having from deep.
Here's Mills. And here is Diaw. And Mills atop the key. And Thompson sends it back. And he recovers it. Shot by Joseph. No good. Cleveland's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Thomas gets a wide open look. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Mills with it. Now Thomas defending. Thompson comes with the double team. And so it's Cleveland with it. Here's Thomas. And he uses the glass on the way. Thomas got 10 points in just the second half.
I love the flow that they've been playing with offensively tonight. This is an impressive performance.
Well, and that lead they have just continues to grow and grow.
Now, here's Diaw.
You know, the NBA continues to get better at analyzing data and charting game results. Shouldn't surprise you that players shoot better off the catch than they do off the dribble. It's a big reason passing and ball movement tends to be more effective in one-on-one isolation play.
Here's Wade. And the layup is good. Wade's got 4 points in the quarter.
And the shooting percentage continues to climb, guys, here in the second half. They're on fire.
Steve, I like the collective focus since halftime. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
Now, here's Joseph. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. And Clark, you mentioned the value of passing over isolation basketball. The term has even arisen for that one-man approach. They call it, Steve, hero ball.
Yeah, I think Doc Rivers may have made up that phrase. I love it. It's so true. You can't win with hero ball. You really have to share the basketball. The game is meant to be played with 5 players moving, passing, cutting, and sharing the ball, creating good shots for each other. And that kind of defense is just not going to cut it, guys. They have to get a hand in his face.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
19 seconds on shot.
San Antonio's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Wade brings the double team. Bellinelli gets the bucket.
That's how you have to attack the double team. Find the open man, get the ball out of your hands.
The Cavaliers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. The drive by James. That one goes. Count it.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Well, their energy is lacking. They've got to start playing harder and battle down in the paint.
The shot by Bellinelli. No good. For Cleveland, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Three-pointer, Wade. LeBron kicks to Thompson. Puts up a three. And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist by Thompson. And that's now 27 points for Wade.
Seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play. They're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
A long wind-up and a strong follow-through on that one-hand jam.
He's not going to mess that one up for sure.
No, that's too easy for him.
The three-pointer is right on target. Wade's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Cleveland.
Second three-pointer of the half, fourth overall. So he's having a nice game from outside.
Joseph. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick three of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
Outside for Thomas. And now in transition is Mills. Here we go. That drops.
Great D. Picked it off and took it all the way for the solo finish.
Patty Mills last season had his best season ever. Really remade his body in the offseason, adding muscle, cutting down on his body fat. Already one of the quickest players in the league. He got even quicker.
And the basket by Thomas.
He's absolutely killing it from outside.
San Antonio's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. There's the pick. Kicks it to Bellinelli. All sorts of time. No good off the back of the rim.
And in the paint, they have really shown some strength. Their work on the boards has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd certainly call it a mismatch, Steve, at least for today. These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. That's 4 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been three-pointers.
Splitter with the ball. He's covered by Thompson. Splitter passes to Bellinelli. Lets it fly. Cavaliers with the rebound.
You know, we saw some coach turnover heading into the season, but nothing like a year ago when there were 13 changes of NBA coaches. I think that was a record, or if not, it was really close to one. Even winning coaches were getting let go. A lot of new NBA owners are coming in, and in some ways, it is a changing of the guard, quite honestly.
Here's Thomas, following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Shoots the three. It's hauled in by Diaw. Diaw's got 4 rebounds in this game. Mills dishes to Joseph. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Bellinelli gets the bucket. And you know, you look at the coaching carousel, the profession has perhaps never been more volatile. Steve, you're getting ready to enter that yourself. A real shakeup right now, and hopefully it settles down.
Well, that's one of the reasons I got the opportunity, Kevin. So many changes, and so we'll see what happens. Hopefully that volatility won't be going on in the Bay Area.
Here's Joseph after the made shot from Dwayne Wade. Mills can't hit. Lets it go from deep, and Wade is good for 3. Wade's got 15 points here in the second half. Wade! And Joseph kicks to Splitter. And that one's good.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
Cavaliers shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. That bucket in no time at all. Wade's got 38 points.
I think they're trying to go for the kill here. I mean, they're starting to take a lot more three-point shots than they had been before, looking to run away.
Yeah, and that's fine as long as you're making them, but make sure you don't start launching bad shots. That's a problem. That lead pass allowed him to get straight to the hoop without losing any momentum.
From down in the low post, it goes. Wade's got 40 points.
He's never going to pass up on a chance like that. Even with just a sliver of daylight, this guy can get to the rim.
And it's slammed in by Splitter.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
And here comes LeBron. The three from Thomas. San Antonio with the rebound. Splitters got 6 rebounds in the game. Joseph, the pass to Diaw. Mills with it. Now Thomas defending. Mills can't hit.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yep, I thought so too, Clark.
Thomas, no good. San Antonio's gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of them. Bellinelli with the 3. Kept alive. Another shot. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Free throw good, Joseph.
You know, the league seems pretty serious about creating more parity between the teams. A big sign of that was the last CBA, where the NBA more than tripled the amount of revenue sharing between the big market and the small market teams. The little guys, I think, are in a much better position now than they were a few years ago.
Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Boris Diaw. And that is good. Thomas got 44.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Out left to the wing. Here's Bellinelli. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And most NBA teams now can turn a profit with the revenue sharing and still field a competitive team.
And I think that's really important, that you try to balance it out between the large market teams and the smaller market teams. Clearly, revenue creation is different when you're in a bigger market versus a smaller one. So with the tougher luxury tax and revenue sharing, the size of your market is a little bit mitigated. And so, therefore, everybody has a better chance to be competitive.
Here's Joseph. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. And here's Mills from the arc. Rebound, Love.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with it. It's a tough day so far.
They grabbed their own miss. Outside for Thomas. Double team on Thomas. Shoots over Mills. No good off the front iron.
That's a shot he's got to hit. I mean, you don't get too many better looks from that range. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, dominating performance for the Cavaliers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for James. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do anything, really, to stop him. Clearly, he's shaken off that cold shooting performance of the first half.
Here's Wade. Drops one in from the wing. Wade's got 42 in the game.
A serious game-clinching run. They've taken off here. Impressive.
No backing off. What a surge at the right time.
Bellinelli gets the bucket.
This run probably just a case of too little too late.
But at least they're still going after it and playing hard. It would have been very easy to throw in the towel a while ago.
And Love gets it to go.
Just a little bit more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate the win.
Well, they can already start to celebrate, Steve, and they should let their team hear it. They were good.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Here's Mills. Here's Joseph. His three-pointer's off the mark. Steve, they are in complete control.
Well, everything they're doing, Kevin, has been working out. I mean, the game plan was solid, and they are executing out there. And tack on a few more points to the lead. Why not? I suppose this is an emphatic showing for this club.
And, Steve, they did it in style. A beatdown the entire way.
And the 3 off target. James with it. And the Cavaliers get another bucket right there. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
And now, down to Doris Burke, who is courtside, standing by with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, congratulations on a wonderful performance. Can you tell us what goes on in your mind when you get in this kind of a rhythm like we saw in this basketball game?
It's a zone you get into, and, it's kind of unexplainable, and you try to go out there, and you feel like it's nothing that you can't do.
And hopefully the momentum just continue to go throughout the whole quarter, and it did. And not only did it open up for me, open up for the rest of us too.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan player of the game, LeBron James.
And now, presented by Sprite, the 2K pregame show.
One of the great nights of the NBA season. Welcome to the All-Star Game on 2K Sports. Along with Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, we'll be watching the West All-Stars playing against the East All-Stars. And even though today won't count in the standings, still such an exciting day in the NBA, and both teams are up for this one. All-Star voting format changed in 2013.